Hola, bonjour, merhaba, konnichi, wagwan. Hello. I want to thank you all for being here. You know who it is, people. It's Arsenal's realist. Thank you all. Now, as we know, people, there's many issues going on at the old Arsenal and defence. The defensive problems, the defensive recruitment, the cohesion between the defence, the personnel even. I showed you in the previous video that although Willian isn't a defender, David Luiz is a defender. Petr Cech came from Chelsea as well. This is all that area where you're stopping the ball from going into your goal. And you got to ask yourself, you say, do you know what? When I look at it, I ask myself, what is Arsenal's end goal when I look at the purchases? Because to be honest with you, when you look at Tierney that came in under Unai Emery, you say, do you know what? That one does make sense. And he's starting to show it now. As you've seen in previous lives and videos, I've mentioned it. Gaining penalties against Chelsea, cutting in on the inside against West Brom, scoring goals, already having almost a better stat per game ratio than Monreal. But when we look into the centre of the park now, it's almost like you'd have to question yourself. The same people and team and recruitment group, the kind of people who would pick someone like Kieran Tierney and purchase them and get them. Why are these kind of people then, when you look in that middle, you say Rob Holding, alright, he's there, Pablo Mari, David Luiz, Cedric Soares. It doesn't quite make sense to say Tierney ticks every single box, young, passionate, first team player for his international side, he's got the history, the past, everything makes sense for us to try and make his future. But you look at others and you say it's a little bit suspect. Finally, Pablo Mari's had a half decent game or two. David Luiz is 100% completely suspect. The funny thing is about Rob Holding, his most confident, reassuring and supportive time from the fans came under that 22-match unbeaten run under Unai Emery. So when I look at everything, I'm starting to get a bit confused. I would say lopsided, no ideas, slapdash are the kind of words that spring to mind when you think about the recruitment team and the Arsenal situation. But now when we look at Pablo Mari, no, not Pablo Mari, Saliba, I did actually say in my previous videos, my channel has been closed down since, people. I apologise for that, so we can't refer to some of them videos. But I did say at the time, how this is almost silly, ironic, we're doing the same thing over and over and again. The fans need to highlight this issue, and that issue was, at the time, Unai Emery really did need Arsenal fans, Arsenal players, the Arsenal establishment, the Arsenal manager, all of us needed investment. We needed reinvigoration. Not a reinvigoration, actually, that's a lie, because that reinvigoration tends to mean you was invigorated at one point. What we needed was a whole new fresh start and some real quality on the pitch, some key points to start building on, and you would have hopefully thought, fast forward in a year or two, we would have been at the point where you could start connecting some of these dots together. Do you know what I'm saying? But Celiba is the option that popped up with Unai Emery. Now, he did murmur he wanted Fabinho's, he murmured about Zaha's, we was linked to Upper Moncana, the release clause was 72 million. We didn't trigger it. We done a bid, we bought Saliba from Saint Etienne, we bought Saliba, and we loaned him back, ultimately falling on the manager's head. What kind of a manager or any person would choose? You know your time is limited at your job. You're not going to be here forever. It's a realist thing. The out wagons, everything that goes on. You're not going to be at Arsenal forever. So why would you gamble in the sense that there's 100 players you could have got, Unai Emery I'm talking to, there's 100 players he could have got which would have come in the same week and he could have seen some real difference. Maguire came and went to United. So what I mean is, maybe why wasn't we looking? Was it more that we're, like I've been saying, we have been fishing, shopping, looking to purchase in a smaller pool than our going competition? So that's why, for instance, we will buy people like Torreira. They'll gas him up, say he's brilliant, but really nobody has a real idea because he hasn't put the work in 100%. He comes and the proof's in the pudding. He goes to Atletico Madrid. Even Atletico Madrid have enough of him. It's proof in the pudding. We've got Guendouzi, quite good. He picks the ball up, he travels forward, but he seems to have a few young man issues, whether that's determination, rule following, behaviour, whatever. It is what it is. Gabriel Martinelli's turned out to be a real duppy man, really good, really happy. Cedric Soares. But what I'm saying is, you can clearly see we're shopping in a pool that doesn't directly tick the boxes that Arsenal need. It doesn't directly improve Arsenal. We may get lucky here and there with a player like Gabriel Martinelli, even a player like Tierney. Brilliant, we'll take it. Gabriel Maglanas, we need to see more, but you are going to get some purchases along the way. But the ones that go wrong, aka Saliba, because I'm about to read you a little something out now, because to be honest with you, I've been slipping, I haven't been in touch with really what's been going on with Celiba or Balogun, but I'm about to, in the next couple of days, have a little look into it and spit the facts to you. But do you know what? We've got a player. There's been, I don't want to say it because I don't know too much, but there's been story that maybe somebody's passed away. There's personal issues, family issues, things that are unresolved. And at first, these were the things that were getting mentioned towards one of the reasons why Saliba wasn't happy. But I knew straight from the get-go, personally, I could smell bullshit off the get-go. I didn't believe that. And I kept fast forward. I said, no, we've got defensive issues. There's something going on that's not quite right. We still haven't seen Saliba in an Arsenal top fully confidently. And when he has for the 1-2 times, there's definitely something there. But with that said, let me read this little article out to you and you lot can make of it what you will. Nice going. That's the sub-headline. Wesley Fofana celebrates Willian Saliba's Arsenal transfer exit as he claims ex-Saint Etienne teammate is finally free. On Monday it was confirmed the outcast defender, 19 years of age, would spend the rest of the 2020-21 season on loan at Nice. Saliba joined Arsenal in the summer of 2019 for a 27 million fee from Saint Etienne and is still yet to play a single minute for the club. I'm sure I recognise something. That's bullshit. I've seen him with an Arsenal top on. The French teenager was loaned back to the League One side last season and was tipped for another stint away from the Emirates in the summer. Mikel Arteta and co failed to secure a move for Saliba, though with the youngest claiming to feel locked up in North London and Saliba's old Saint Etienne teammates Fofana, now at Leicester, took to Instagram to share his joy. Commenting on a post confirming Saliba's transfer, the 20-year-old wrote, "He is finally free. He is finally free," completing that statement with the heart eyes and party emojis. Last month, Saliba commented on a post of Matteo Guendouzi, who is spending this season on loan at Hertha Berlin after being frozen out by Arteta. Guendouzi revealed his delight at scoring his first goal while on loan in Germany. Saliba replied a number of fire emojis on his compatriots' upload. Arsenal teammate Nicolas Pepe then chipped in by quipping, "This is your problem, you comment on everything. Oh hey! Shots fired, blah blah blah." Why is Pepe hotting man up? Let's see. But Saliba hit back saying, "Ha ha ha, I'm sending well wishes to the brother that was locked up like me." Guendouzi replied saying, "We are together, bro." Saliba also recently revealed that he doesn't feel like an Arsenal player in an awkward exchange with Alexander Lacazette. On the defender's loan, Arsenal technical director Edu said, "William Saliba is a player with a huge amount of talent and potential. We're confident he will have a great career with us, but we must remember that he is only 19 years old and has a lot of time ahead of him." William experienced a very challenging time last year, with his playing time limited by injury and the early ending of League One season due to the pandemic. So together with William Saliba, we have decided that spending the rest of the season on loan at Nice is the best way for him to develop. We'll be keeping in close contact with William Saliba during the time he spends at Nice and looking forward to seeing him make good progress until the end of the season. Now obviously people, you know, as Arsenal's realist, I like to try and look in between the lines and give it my own little opinion and give you my honest opinion on what I think's going on. And looking in on that, I think it's quite clear that I don't want to lie about it and this and that, but we've got Saliba, we rushed the deal, people. Emery was clearly, Unai Emery, the man who is doing really well with Villarreal now, who's had a really good history as a manager, 3 fucking Europa League finals. He comes to Arsenal, he gets us to Europa League final. The shitty team that we are, the shitty fans, we turn on the players, we turn on the we turn on everything. We don't demand investment. And then when we look, maybe when we're forcing players like Unai Emery said, Fabinho, if you're forcing me to get a forward player, he said, I don't want Pepe. If you're forcing me, I'll take Zaha. He said, I want Upamecano, man. You just said, no, David, no fucking ways. So what I'm saying is, if you put a manager or anyone under the cosh and say, do you know what, you can't get what you want. You can't get it when you want it. You can't get it for the price you want. You're going to have to negotiate, force, twist. You're going to have to do some form of barter. I didn't say Sparta. I said barter. And with that, do you know what? You're going to do some form of dodgy deal. The upstairs have got involved. The board. Rare. We'll buy Saliba on loan for a year, Unai Emery, and we'll get him in next year when you're here. Sack Unai Emery. Saliba comes in. Do you know what? Did Saliba want to come Arsenal? Did Arsenal want Saliba? Or is this another... Listen, you could tell he's got a bit of quality in him. I've seen him play for Saint Etienne. He's definitely going to have to go through that adjustment adjustment period. French football, English football, rare. But to go through that adjustment period, you're going to have to start playing. And clearly that's not happening. So do you know what? I think it's a bit of the same when you're forcing these moves, forcing these purchases and forcing a manager's hand and you're doing this and that. Do you know what? It's 9 times out of 10, the synchronization, the fluidity is there's something that can go wrong. Whether it's, do you know what I mean? It's happened many times. So now you're seeing clearly Saliba seems to be unhappy with some sort of lock-up situation, or he's saying whether it's lockdown, which he wouldn't be blaming a manager for that. I think he's saying maybe the communication between Arsenal and him hasn't been great. Guendouzi, obviously, it's a different story of Guendouzi, but I think maybe Saliba doesn't. I think he feels maybe a little bit how I feel, that this is just, you just bought me, got me in. What's the real future? But you know, let me know in the comments what you think about the Celiba situation. But like I said, looking and reading in between the lines there, another year out on loan, that's 1, 2. He might not even get to play under Arteta. I think we really have to start questioning our recruitment team, people, and what's going on. We cannot keep blaming managers. We really have to understand that a manager doesn't own Arsenal's bank. He has no say in how much he gets each transfer window, which ultimately will direct you in a way on what kind of players you're going to be bidding on, purchasing, and then ultimately how you're going to be playing in the following season. So we get Salibas over Upperman-Karmas, we get Guendouzi's over Isco's then, say. We get Pepe's over Zaha's, we get Cedric Soares over whoever you want to say. We get Pablo Mari instead of Maguire. All these things, and I'm not saying this is good or this is bad or A or B. I'm just saying when a player like Saliba becomes disgruntled or unhappy, and you look at the shambles that's going on, I think, you know what, it's not justified. No, I don't like it. You're all getting paid well. You should at least have all of your shit together so you can put out a confidence statement and let us know what's going on. But you know what, I do understand, he's 19, this club's in a fucking shamble, and maybe he never wanted to be here anyway. And when you keep forcing purchases and forcing a manager's hand to buy, like we bought him, we put him on loan, we've come back, he's not being used. It's like he's thinking, bruv, what's going on? You lot let me know in the comments how you feel. This is just a quick one. Literally, that's the first little thing I've read about the Celiba situation. We'll do another video on it in the coming days. We'll do a couple other videos about other little situations like Balogun or whoever, but we will talk about it. Make sure you hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you lot feel about Celiba. And I'm starting to think this is more about the man himself rather than Arteta, rather than Unai Emery. Even possibly, I would say, even Arsenal, but we started it. We got him, we rang him, but now I think in his head, does he want to be here? There has to be a reason why, people. But that was just a quick one. It's Arsenal's realist, just bringing you a little, listen, our defence is fucked. We need defenders. And this Saliba situation is obviously, we're going to have to do some reporting on it in the next few days to come. But like I said, make sure you love your people. Make sure your people love you. Leave me a little comment in the comment section and I'll see you later, guys. Thank you.